I'm legally insane, and I've got 12 PS3 bangers to show you right here, right now. We're talking 12 PS3 hidden gems, bangers, and even some trash. Some absolute garbage is even in here.
Damn!
And these all happen to be games that I did recently pick up. I have a backlog of like 200 or 300 games that I got to get through to show you guys what I'm doing. To show you basically the life of someone who's legally insane, whose only goal in life is to collect over 9,000 video games. Well, that's what you're looking at right now, so let's get started. So I'm going to go through these games in no particular order. So let's just start with number 1, and I'm going to tell you what I paid for it and why I bought each game. Driver San Francisco. CIB, bitches. I like my CIB. I usually only get CIB. On rare occasion, I won't if it's a steal of deal or if I'm planning to sell it or something along those lines, trade it in. All right, so I paid $13, a whopping $13 for Driver San Francisco PS3. This goes for about $30 on the PS3 right now, 30 plus. If you can get it for under 30, basically it's theft. But I'm using price charting only just to keep things simple. Most of the time you're going to be paying a lot higher than whatever the current price charting price is. But that said, interestingly enough, the Xbox 360 version is worth a lot more. Usually it's the other way around. For most games, the PS3 is always worth more. But the odd gem here or there, for some reason the 360 will be worth more. I can only assume because the 360 version is rarer. Because typically PS3 games, there's more collectors out there for PS3 than there is for 360. I think that's a big reason why 360 commands a higher price the majority of the time. So, oh yeah, by the way, Driver San Francisco, this is the best driver game in the entire franchise. Okay? And it went under the radar. It got outshined by like your GTAs, your GTA 5s especially. It just got outshined. That's the only thing there was to it. The franchise had kind of dwindled off by that point when this was released and outshined. So that's why I got that. I do plan to keep that. I believe that is my only PS3 copy. Oh, I'm going to save the best for last. Saving the best for last. Stick around to the end of the video. I always like to have the best go last. Next game is Fear 3. I am buying up all of the Fear games for both PS3 and 360. So I want to own all 3 for the PS3 and all 4 for the 360. There's an exclusive, Fear Files. I own 2 or 3 of those. But also this one came with this pass of some sort, which is interesting. CIB otherwise. Now, probably that pass is an added bonus that probably a lot of people threw up. Now, Fear 3 isn't worth too much today, and it's not known to be the best in the franchise. I think number one is very popular. Oh yeah, I paid $5 for it. It's worth about $20. Canadian dollars, by the way. These are all Canadian prices. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. And I think that's my only copy of Fear 3. I will be keeping it. I won't be selling it. Like I said, I want all copies. All right, now here's Hidden Gem. Now we're going to go into the good stuff. Deadliest Warrior. PS3 version is the best version. And I'll tell you why. Not only is this one of the best fighters ever made, very similar to Bushido Blade. It's basically an upgraded Bushido Blade. If you ever played Bushido Blade on the PlayStation 1, this is exactly like that, but way more advanced, but still very simple. So it's a fighting game where you could die in one hit. It's a realistic fighting simulator, and it's based on the TV show, and you there's 3 games in one, actually. It doesn't say that on the front, but it's 3 games in one. First game is your typical combat style versus combat style. Ninja versus monk. Knight versus pirate. Whatever. Unlimited combinations. Second game is using real life characters. Your Attila the Hun versus your Hannibal. Your Joan of Arc versus your Vlad the Impaler. Lots of options. Then the third game is like a Risk style game where it's just like Risk, where you're putting troops on the board with added features like terrain meaning something, and you have a leader. You have different castles that you can take over. But very similar to Risk, with one exception. When you go to take over an actual castle, I believe it was, you actually have your leaders fight each other. So you can still win even if you've lost all your troops and you're completely surrounded, because your opponent still has to fight you in a one-on-one battle and still beat you. So, I mean, technically, I guess you could come back from that. It would be really difficult, but the game don't end until you die, until that leader dies in that one-on-one combat. But other than that, the combat is done like a Risk board. Oh yeah, by the way, PS3 version is the best because it has a hybrid disc, which has episodes from the TV show directly on the DVD. I did find out that the Xbox 360 version, the DVD was a separate DVD because apparently the CDs could not hold as much space or something along those lines. They weren't DVDs. I don't know what the deal was with the 360 version, not having it directly on the DVD. But it's a separate DVD, and the problem with that is most people lost the second one. When you go on eBay, you'll have people selling it CIB. It's not CIB unless it has that bonus DVD, because it's not on that DVD. Xbox 360 version is a little different. I paid $20 for this bad boy right here. $20, and this is my second copy, and I consider it to be a steal of a deal. It's worth about $30. 28, 29 bucks. Here's one that I accidentally bought. Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed Limited Edition. I won this in an auction, but I'm an idiot because I didn't realize it was a PAL version. But this is a PAL exclusive. It has the DLC on it. I am a fan of Sonic All-Stars Racing. It's nowhere nearly as good as Mario Kart. When I played it back in the day, I found it to be more skill-based than Mario Kart, which is why I think it never took off as a mainline party game. The reason why Mario Kart is so good is because it's so well balanced. Even if you're a bad racer, it's balanced because they give you better items, and the items actually are meaningful. When you're getting lightnings and blue shells, like, you know, you're a force to be reckoned with, even though you're in last place. You know, you want to piss me off, buddy? Now I got a blue shell. You sure you want to be in first place? You pissing me off? Well, there you go. Blue shell your face. You're playing 4-player. The guy in first place is taunting you. Well, you can screw him over. Get a well-timed blue shell. Now he comes in second or third. Now, here's one of the trash games. Completely trash, Modern Warfare 4, with one exception. It's not all that. It's not all trash. I had fun with this back in the day. My roommate had this game. And I didn't so much play it. I just told him to play it and I would watch, and I made him pick the mortar, because that's what I would play if I ever played this game. You're shooting blind. You have no idea where the enemies are. You're just looking on a map. But what I made him do, we made it fun. I said, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're only going to be the mortar. And anytime you kill somebody, you're going to message the guy. You're going to message him. During the game, you're in the game, you're going to message this guy and say, you just got mortified. Oh yeah. Every single kill, we sent a direct message. during the game to whoever we just killed. Now, the only problem is sometimes that'll backfire on you. I remember one time we were still typing the message, had just finished typing the message. That same guy, because they know where the mortar came from after they've been hit, same guy came and found us and killed us the second we had just sent the message. So clearly he got the last laugh. Here's an interesting game that's going up in value. NBA Street Home Court. This is part of the NBA Street series. Let's put Baby Yoda back up. I'm just trying to spice up the background over here. Got some Baby Yoda. NBA Street Home Court. This is part of the NBA Street series. A lot of people don't realize that. In fact, I think it's the last game ever made in the series. Somebody out there, please correct me if I'm wrong. All right, screw Baby Yoda. Yeah, so it's part of the NBA Street series, and a lot of the NBA Street games have been going up in value. Ah, crap. Oh, there goes Baby Yoda. So that said, I did get a steal of a deal on this game. And by the way, this is arguably the best of the entire franchise in the NBA Street series. Especially the GameCube versions are really going up. Okay, I paid $7 for this. And surprisingly, it's going for between 25 and 30 right now. So that's a really cool game. I'm not really into basketball games, but this is an arcade-style basketball game. I like the arcade styles here. This is like NBA Jam on steroids. That's kind of what that is. That's the best comparison. Oh, here's a frickin' gem. I found this like a couple days ago from the moment I'm filming this. This is a very new pickup. Alone in the Dark Inferno. Found this randomly browsing eBay. I knew about the Alone in the Dark game. I have it for the 360. It's not worth anything. And I don't think it's a particularly good game or anything. I think it's a little bit underrated. But so I thought that this was the 360 version. Until I looked closer. Well, one, I noticed, like, why was it selling for like $30? I said, well, that's a little high. The 360 you can get for, $10. Why is it selling for 30? And then I said, what the hell? It says Alone in the Dark Inferno. I thought it was just called Alone in the Dark. What's going on here? So I looked it up to find out that this is a PS3 exclusive. And basically they changed the camera system and the control system and added even more content. So they did try to improve the game. I guess a lot of people were complaining about the controls and, they thought it was very poorly. Execution was very poor. So they attempted to fix all of that and added exclusive content, including exclusive bosses, onto this version. And I said, holy hell, there's no way that this is a common game. No frickin' way. I think that this is going to be a rare, sought-after game. It's not going to be $1,000 or nothing, but it is easily going to 100, 200 in the long run. Easy. So check this one out if you are interested. And if you ever do actually want to try this game, this is the best way to play it. What did I pay for that? Let's double check for certain here. You know what? I'm gonna have to pull up the eBay posting. I think I paid maybe $32.99 or something for it. The guy did accept my or best offer on it. I think this was the game. Don't remember, but I'll throw it up. I bought it on eBay, so I paid, whoever had it, the cheapest copy available. That's the one that I took. And it was a panic buy because I just thought it was awesome. I said, holy hell, man. PS3, Alone in the Dark, exclusive. And they even, added that Inferno to it to really drill it in. Hey, guys, this is a different version of this game. Oh, yeah, and Modern Warfare 3, I didn't say what I paid for that because it was probably part of a bundle that I got on Facebook Marketplace or something. It was probably like $2. All right, $2. And I'm probably going to trade it in. I'm probably not going to keep it. Although I do have some nostalgia with it, so maybe I will keep it. All right, now for a heavy hitter. 50 frickin' cent. Blood on the Sand, bitch. Blood on the Sand. This actually had multiplayer co-op, but you could only do it online. I don't think it specifies that you can only do it online, but I'm fairly certain you can only do it online. I don't think it has split screen co-op. Somebody out there correct me if I'm wrong. I'm 99% certain. Here it is. Co-op, online, multiplayer with the G unit. Yeah, that was the biggest flaw to this game. I owned this back in the day. I owned it back in the day. I bought it at EB Games for like $10. And then I sold it when I sold my PS3 back in the day, which I think was backwards compatible. And I sold it for like $90 because it was worthless back then. Yeah, I got totally screwed on that. I had all my games. I was going through a big move, and I was trying to downsize. I was desperately trying to downsize because I had so much stuff, and I was going through so many moves at the time. And I had lost my job, and I sold my PS3, like 3 or 4 controllers, tons of games for $90. But 50 cent, okay, 50 cent. This game was a commercial failure, and it's going up in value. By the way, I paid $36, and it's worth at least 60, and it's going to 500 smackers. 500 smackers.
Here comes the money. Here we go.
You mark my words on that. Why is it doing that? Because it's a freaking good game. I mean, it's not the best, but it is a good game. And it didn't sell very well. It sold 56,000 copies, and that's not a lot for a PS3 game. Under 100,000 is not considered all that great either. 56,000. It was a complete failure. It has a lot of 18 exclusive tracks made just for this game. 18 exclusive songs by 50 Cent. And over 40 plus tracks in general. So this is a really cool game. And when 50 Cent dies one day, because let's all be honest, he is going to die someday like Michael Jackson. This is going to go up in value even more.
Now, he must play by a new set of rules to reclaim what's his and escape with his life.
Here's an interesting game, Lair. Never played it, but I've seen gameplay, I've seen reviews. It's a game that overpromised and underdelivered. You are a dragon. The whole concept is awesome. You're a dragon, you fly around and you blow fire on people and do dragon stuff. Amazing on paper, but it was clearly under budgeted, and or they had very poor programmers. They probably had to rush the game out. And it's just a real shame that it wasn't that masterpiece that they were hoping it would be. Such a shame. I paid $5 for it, and it's worth about $5. That's what it's worth. I wouldn't pay more than $5 for it, even if it was worth 20. Because it's not all that good, but it's fun. It's a joke game. You play it because it's funny. It's kind of bad. You just relax and you kill people as a dragon, and then you turn it off. You put it in for 10 minutes, you turn it off, you don't look at it again for 20 years. That's what you do with that kind of game. You play it for 10 minutes, you turn it off, and then you put it on the shelf and you look at it every now and then. And when you're looking at it on the shelf, you say, hey man, what an interesting game. I'll never play it again. But it had a real interesting concept and so much potential, untapped potential. Speaking of complete garbage, actually no, this is not complete garbage. This is actually one of the best Metal Gear games in the franchise. It's way more arcadey than the rest of the games. So it's the black sheep of Metal Gear. Metal Gear Rising. I got it because it was cheap, and I'm gonna sell it. I don't even think I wrote the price down. I forgot. I'm pretty sure I paid like $3 for it. I'm just gonna trade it in at the local shop. This is my second copy. My other one is CIB. I'll probably pay $2 or $3. It's trade bait, But if you've never heard of this game, definitely check it out. It's the black sheep of Metal Gear. Some people don't even know that this exists, because it's not really part of that mainline series, because it is so different. Like, they were really thinking outside the box when they made that. All right, best two have been saved for last. Shadows of the Damned. Holy hell, you're looking at a future $300, $400, $500 game. This is a hidden gem that has been gaining popularity. People are starting to realize that this exists. Now, this game is kind of a mix between horror and comedy in a first-person shooter. A twisted psychological action thriller. A twisted psychological action thriller from the Nightmare team of Suda51. I actually don't know what that is. A Suda51 trip. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, this is a freaking trip, all right. Yeah, this game is a trip. And that's kind of where the humor aspect comes in. It's like, some of the stuff that happens in this game is so messed up. Like, the only way to describe it is it's comedy. But they're calling it a twist. So instead of using the word comedy, they're just telling you it's twisted psychological thriller. So freaking twisted that you will get the odd laugh here or there. I can guarantee that. Now here's one of the biggest heavy hitters on the PS3. $500 game coming up. The Godfather Dawn's Edition. This is a PS3 exclusive. Godfather in general has been going up in price. Oh, by the way, Shadows of the Damned. I paid $55 for this bad boy. According to price charting, it's worth about that, $60. And I was happy to pay it. Great freaking condition, and I know it's going up in value. Highly sought after game. So Godfather Dawn's Edition, I paid $36. Great freaking condition. CIB, silky smooth case with a catch. So it's $36. It's worth about $192 on price charting. Round that up, this is a $100 game. But this is why I paid $36. It's got a tear in it. So that, to a collector, that does significantly lower the value. Now, I know it's worth more than $36. You know, I could probably get $80 for this easy. Maybe $75. But yeah, it definitely lowers the value. And it's such a shame. Like, who did that? That's the real question. What kind of retard rips the frickin' label for no reason? Was it just like some like 3-year-old kid just... how would he even open this? Like, who did this? What a shame, too. The Godfather, in general, is going up because it's such a good game, and it's just gaining popularity over time. Sometimes really good games go under the radar, and they just need time for people to catch on, or people that wanted to try it back in the day but never got the chance. They're getting older, they got disposable income, and then finally more and more people can actually try the games that they wanted to try, but they didn't have the money to try them. Well, now I do have the money to try games that I always wanted to try, and that's probably why I have an addiction to buying all these retro games, because I just love video games so much. I wanted to try so many freaking games, but I didn't have the money to try them all. I still don't have the money, because all of my money is right here. And it's not enough. I got another 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 games that I got to get. But yeah, I will get to them all one day, believe it or not. Especially when I retire. I'll be beating all of these games. Every game I own, I'm going to beat after I retire. I now own a total of 3 copies of The Godfather Dawn's Edition for the PlayStation 3. All CIB. This is the $36 one from the video. It's my worst condition copy. The other 2 are in fairly good condition. This one's silky smooth. All CIB. Godfather Dawn's Edition. $500 game. Coming up in the future. Check it out today if you're interested. So anyways, guys, how many games was that? Let's count that up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 games for you. 12 games. All gems. All bangers. I don't buy bad games. Because even bad games can be good. And some trash. Some trash. But even the trash is good trash.